Not very often do you get a pond that's got an island in it, huh?
Yeah. This is a little different approach to fishing a small pond. Pretty lucky they got this trolling motor on this pontoon. This thing is so thick, it's hard to walk around it and fish. Oh, here we go.
Well, there you go. Nice fish. Got him?
Well, that didn't take long. And then get away from the dock.
Yeah.
We're going for a little bigger than that, but you know what?
There's a good start right there,
Yeah.
bud.
I'm here on a private lake with Jim Cedar of Clearwater Taxidermy. Now, Jim, this lake has trophy potential. It's not always easy to catch a trophy, but it could happen today. Oh, he's foul hooked a little bit. That makes him feel massive.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of those today. A little bit better one, huh?
A little bit better.
Oh, boy.
That little Rapala, they're liking it.
Boy. I seen him come up and strike at.
I tell you what, I feel like we're taking inventory on 13-inch bass. I believe we
Yeah.
caught just about everyone else's pond just at least once.
They're a little better
A little
fish,
bit
huh?
bigger. Now look at the belly on that joker.
There you go.
Not so skinny. A little bit bigger. Let's take this fish here and head to shore and show us how you'd work this up. Well, Jim, this is not a trophy by any means, but what I'd like for you to do is to show me exactly how I would need to document this fish so that you could reproduce this as closely as possible using reproduction mount. And this does have some scarring on it too, so show us how we would
We'll
handle
look at that right there and show us. Let's lay him right here on the
All right.
towel.
All right.
Okay. And then the first thing you want to do
Okay.
is get the length of the fish
So
out to out.
Out to out, okay.
Okay. So we're looking at 15 1/4 on this one.
Okay.
Out to out. Then, since he doesn't seem too shocky, I mean, if we can just get that measurement, we can work with that. But since he seems like he's in pretty good shape, then we want to get a girth right behind his big fin there. Gives you the girth measurement like that.
8
Okay.
inches, okay.
Yes, sir. If we've got time, then you can take. I would carry a little digital scale with us,
Okay.
and you can just check out the weight on them.
That one's got to be 8
Digital.
pounds.
That's yeah.
It's about a pound.
So we got the weight. So now, and also what I suggest people doing, maybe you might keep a little pad like this, and just write down the length, the girth, and if you have time, the weight, and then bring that to us.
At that point in time, it's good to get a couple photos.
Yes, sir.
If you have any unique characteristics, look at some scarring on this fish here.
Right, yeah.
You may or may not want to include that.
Exactly.
Here's the best thing about doing this is that, I can make this decision at any point in time. Once I have that information and a good photo,
Yes, sir.
I can release this fish.
Yep.
And I got an opportunity to fish this lake again someday. If this was a trophy 6-pounder, you may come back and catch a.
Sure. And we're gonna
try to get a good photo, good color.
do that right here. There's a good shot.
All right.
It's got a good. You might turn them the other way,
All right.
just so we'll be safe there. Picture of both sides of them,
All right.
and we're good.
Now, let's
And
go
then-
ahead and get this thing back in the water.
The benefits to release them.
Here we go. And that fish is, there she goes, healthy as can be. Now, had I elected to do a skin mount, I'm sure you've seen some come in pretty bad shape.
Yes, sir. Yeah. If you brought that fish, that same fish, and we had the towel with us, we want to get that towel soaking wet. You can soak it right here in the lake. Lay him flat on there and kind of get him smooth so his tail's fanned out. Then you would just take the towel, fold over him like this, each end up. You can do each end like this over him. Then all you have to do is take that, and you'd have a plastic bag here, maybe in your boat or in your truck. And you want to put that in the plastic bag all the way down. And you could just smooth that out. You're gonna fold it over a couple of times. Fold this up like this at each end. and then tape that shut. And then
Put that back in your cooler.
you can either put this in your cooler till you get home, or once you get home, you can put them in the freezer, and they'll stay very, very well like that. The plastic is the key, and that you don't want to put them in newspapers. Bad. The wet towel protects him. The plastic keeps the freezer burn if you have to put them in the freezer from occurring. You can keep them like that for several months, and he'll be fine.
I'd like for you to show me a skin mount and a replica mount side by side and talk about some of the benefits of each.
Okay.
All right,
We
let's go
can
do that.
All right.
Right here we've got a couple of examples of both skin mounts
Correct.
and
reproductions. Yes, sir.
A lot of people don't realize what goes into a skin mount.
Right.
You've got one here that's in process,
Yep.
and really, when you come out here and you bring your fish in, all you're taking is the top skin and fins off of that fish.
That's correct. Once he's in the tanning process and we take him out, this is the color that it leaches all of the natural color out of the fish.
So this is all airbrushed and painted.
Yes, sir, that's
A lot of
correct.
work and a lot
Yeah,
of expertise to
there's-
get it to look like that.
There's a lot of detail work in that.
And as you can see on the back of this one here,
can still see
because you've wrapped it on the form and it's not finished. It's not a complete finished fish, right?
Right,
But from the wall, it looks beautiful.
exactly, yeah.
So let's move over here to the replica.
Okay.
Here is how you would receive your fish, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Someone comes in and says, hey, I've got a 20-something inch fish, whatever it is, in the girth.
exactly,
You place the order based on what position they want,
correct.
and this
Yes.
is what you would receive.
This is what I've received from the molding company. This is a vinyl cast mold. The fins are soft and flexible and clear, and we have to do the fin work on it. This, I know it looks like it's got a great big tail there, but this is actually the side fins that go in on each side of the fish. And of course we have to add the eyes and then do some sanding on it and airbrush the colors back into it.
Now the cool thing about doing one like this is that if you wanted to do this style of mount out on a table, both sides can be finished.
Can be finished, yes.
And these two here are examples of finished pieces here. You got a
piece,
smallmouth bass
This is a
here.
smallmouth bass here, and then
then
that's a finished reproduction largemouth right
So
there.
really your finished product on both of them, it's really hard to tell which is which.
I tell customers all the time, if you take this replica home and you put it on your wall, most people wouldn't even know it was a replica.
Yeah,
And they're that accurate. in
What about
that.
durability?
The durability of the reproduction fish is that he's not susceptible to environmental change in your home or in your house. Where a skin mount is still susceptible to heating and cooling. It expands and contracts.
If cost was an issue, how close are the price points?
The skin mount is the cheaper way to go. It's a few dollars more to do the reproduction. It's not dramatic, but it just depends on the length of the fish and what you want to do with the background and all that. But they do tend to run a few dollars more per inch.
So obviously on skin mounts, you can do whatever species of fish.
Yes.
Do these come, I mean, can you get these
Yes,
in muskie, striper,
Yes.
crappie, bluegill, everything?
Everything.
Well, I tell you what, they're beautiful. I wish we had caught a really big fish today so you could have showcased exactly how you do that. But
Yeah. Maybe I could have done something for you, huh?